What else? Oh, do you mind if I ask an off-topic question?
Yes. What is it?
I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here.
I am here to serve your needs, and my sister Kohaku is to serve the Lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you would like to know?
To serve. So that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl close to my age serving me, at least for now. By serving me, do you mean you're a personal servant?
Yes. Please do not hesitate to give me any instructions.
Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me.
Is there anything in particular you would like?
Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills on my back when I hear it.
But Shiki-sama, you are my master.
That's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama.
I see.
Hisue's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki, and in exchange, I'll call you Hisue. Let's do away with the formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisue lowers her eyebrows as if she's being troubled.
But you are my employer.
It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one.
I see.
Hisue gives another unenthusiastic reply. It looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you tell that to your sister Kohaku-san too.
Very well. As you say, Shiki-sama.
Expressionless, Hisue bows her head. She completely failed to understand.
I will be leaving now. Please rest for tonight. Please rest now for tonight.
Bowing, Hisue puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisue's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisue's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. It's so sudden that that's the only thing I can say. Hisue is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I do something wrong?
I am very sorry.
Hisue's voice sounds very nervous.
I am not used to being touched. Please forgive me.
Hisue's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisue and I lower my head. Hisue says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again.
You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame.
No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisue stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second.
What was it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama?
That's right. I stopped Hisue because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I wanted to ask about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school?
That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home.
You mean she goes to school from here?
Yes, but it is uncommon for her to come back before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she is always home before 7. Practice? Practice what? Today is Thursday, so she would have had violin practice. Huh? Usually, she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Nei-san know after dinner. Hisui bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Violin practice? What on earth is that? She's not some upper-class lady or anything, so why should she have to do something as bothersome as... Oh, wait, she is an upper-class lady. Yes. Come to think of it, my sister, Tono Akiha, is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memory, she was always the obedient, ever-uneasy sister, constantly following me around. As a child, she was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of a scolding from her father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. Well, no shit. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Akiha has become the person she is right now, too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unknowingly mumble an apology. Left by myself, I lie on the bed. This house from 8 years ago, my blood relative from 8 years ago, it feels a little like they belong to someone else. I wonder what's going to happen to me now. Grumbling to no one in particular, I fall asleep. Shit's about to get real, guys. Ow! I hear the wave-like sound of something's voice. Ow! Something is howling. It's too sharp and high-pitched to be a stray dog. Ow! It echoes in my eardrums. Is it howling at the moon? Werewolves of London. Ow! This doesn't feel right. The beastly howling is beginning to give me a headache. Ow! It doesn't stop. Ow! 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 Arg! Just shut up already. I wake up. I can hear the sound of a dog barking outside the window. The clock indicates it's just past 11. This is more than just a neighborhood nuisance. Damn, I can't sleep like this. God damn it! The dog's howling comes from somewhere near the mansion's fence. It doesn't seem like I can go back to sleep at this rate. Oh my god, no, fuck option 2. Even Akiha and the others wouldn't be able to sleep with a racket like this. Since I'm the only man in the house, I guess I've got no choice but to investigate. I think it's coming from the right side of the mansion. I open the curtains and check what's happening outside. And outside my room is a large tree. On one of the branches is perched a blue crow. Ooh. In the dark night, I can see nothing but black, and yet it's clear to me that the crow is blue. Ellipsis. I've never seen or even heard of a blue crow before. It glares at me. It feels like the eyes of the crow are staring at me, like soulless mechanical lenses. Caw! After a yawn-like cry, it noiselessly flies off. What was that? I can feel a faint chill on my back. The howling of the dogs grows louder. Ow! 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 What the fuck? It's really starting to get on my nerves. Not only is it noisy, but hearing it causes my heart to start pounding. I have an almost instinctual distaste for it. Shut up!
I change out of my pajamas into my uniform and leave the room. Oh. Oh! The howling echoes through the night. The sound is definitely coming from the right side of the mansion. Ellipsis. For some reason, my throat feels dry. The high walls stretch their way around the mansion. Clearing my throat, I head towards where the dogs must be gathered. That's a good idea. I arrive at where the howling originates. Huh? Ow! The howling doesn't stop, but there are no signs of any dogs. All there is a person. Under the light from the street light that carves apart the darkness stands a man in a dark coat. The howling is coming from right beside him, but there are no dogs to be seen anywhere. The man in the coat is pretty tall. He has a strongly built body, and his back is facing me. My throat is so dry. Ow! The voice of the dog resounds in my ears. The night air coils itself around my skin. For no apparent reason, I have difficulty breathing and moving as if I'm at the bottom of the sea. Kwa! Oh. Kwa! A cry overhead. With a loud flapping of its wings, the blue crow lands onto the man's shoulder. Then, suddenly the crow vanishes. Eh? Can it be an illusion? It looked like the crow disappeared into his black coat. The man in the black coat turns around. Under the white streetlight, he is just like a shadow, a black lump. In the middle of that lump, only the weapon-like eyes shine out, burning a white fiery intelligence. Oh, I can't breathe. But fortunately, those eyes seem like they're not even looking at me. Not here after all. The man in the black coat leaves. When I can no longer see him, I'm finally able to breathe properly again. I managed to take a few breaths. I realize the dog's howling has ceased. I return to my room. There is no sign of Akiha or the others being awake. I guess I'm the only one who couldn't stand the dog's howling. What's happening? My head still hurts. Huh? Why am I trembling? Looking down, my fingers are trembling. My entire body is shaking and my back feels very cold. It's almost like... yes. It's like someone ripped out my spine and replaced it with ice. I feel dizzy. Is it just the usual anemia? I get the feeling of falling towards the floor. On the way, I see something unpleasant. What? Even though I'm wearing my glasses, I can still see the lines. I hadn't seen them at all for a long time, so my reaction is magnified. I feel sick. With the dizziness from my anemia, I feel like I'm about to throw up the contents of my stomach. What's going on? I don't understand. Only that as long as my eyes are open, scribbles fly everywhere across my vision. It's a bad dream. Somehow, I managed to collapse into bed. Yes, I should sleep. That's the easiest way to deny what I'm seeing. My body doesn't move as I want it to. All I should do is lie here and fall fast asleep, like a corpse. Chapter 2, Inversion Impulse Part 2, the second day. Let us begin. Sensei told me. My eyes could see the points where things could easily be broken. And if that thing were to be a person, then what I would see would be their vital spots. Lines which, if cut, I could break something apart with any effort. Without any effort. With those lines, even things as hard as steel could easily be cut. In other words, Everything in existence has its destiny of breaking, internalized within it. This is something inescapable for anything with a physical form, Shiki. That's what Sensei had said. I was still a child back then. I remember finally understanding what she meant and getting scared. In other words, the world is full of cracks and it could collapse at any instant. If there are scribbles all over the ground, then there is a possibility that the earth would start breaking apart if I walk over it. When I realized what she meant, I thanked Sensei from the bottom of my heart for the glasses that she gave me. I couldn't have gone on living if I had continued to see the lines all the time. The points where things could easily be broken. There isn't a single advantage to being able to see them. Good morning. I hear an unfamiliar voice. It is morning. Oh, it is morning. It is time for you to awaken, Shiki-sama. Still calling me Shiki-sama already. I told you yesterday it sends chills down my back. I wake up. Hisui stands far from the bed like a statue. What? Where am I? Good morning, Shiki-sama. The girl in a maid uniform bows. Yeah, I came home, right. I push myself up, looking around the room. In that instant, I feel a sharp pain in my temples. Huh? Oh, huh? Are you looking for your glasses? Hisui gently hands me my glasses. Phew! I let out a breath. Last night, before I went to sleep, I had the feeling I was seeing the lines even with my glasses on. Seems like it was just my imagination. Sst. Maybe it's because I slept in an unfamiliar room, but my mind is hazy. Shiki-sama? Hisui calls out to me. Shaking my head, I shake away my sleepiness. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. There is no need to thank me. It is my duty to come and wake you, Shiki-sama. Hisui gives a plain and completely expressionless response. Even in an unfavorable light, I think Hisui's features are beautiful. It should be wonderful for such a girl to wake me every morning, but as Hisui never smiles, I don't feel happy about it. What a shame. If Hisui only had half of Kohaku's brightness, she would be really cute. Do you need something? Realizing I'm looking at her, Hisui stares straight back at me. No, nothing at all. Waking up with you there makes me feel like I'm really at the Tono Mansion. Now then, getting off the bed, I stretch out both my arms. Suddenly, I realize I'm wearing pajamas. I'm sure that yesterday Huh? I thought I slept in my uniform last night. Yes. Since it is bad for your health, Nei-san changed your clothes and put you to bed afterwards. Hisui explains it as if it is something perfectly natural. I see. She changed my clothes. It's true that I could have caught a cold if I had just slept like that. Just the kind of attentive service you'd expect from a maid. Hey, wait a minute! What? I quickly check my pants and underwear. My pants are brand new pajama pants. Even my underwear is new. What? What? I want to say, what the hell did you do? But somehow the words are stuck in my throat. I've got to calm down and think things over for now. Let's see. First of all, half the blame belongs to me. And the one who changed me wasn't Hisui. It was her sister, Kohaku-san. It would be wrong to complain to Hisui. Hisui... Yes, what is it? You don't have to do anything uncalled for like this from now on. If you have to, please wake me up. I can change myself, so I'd like to do so. My face is deep red as I say all this. Hisui obediently nods in affirmation. Your uniform is folded and awaits you over there.
Please come to the sitting room after you have changed.
Ellipsis. Damn it. How careless could I be? It was careless of me to begin with when I fell asleep on the bed like that, but to have not woken up while I was being changed is over the top. Usually I would have sensed it, but maybe I was just really tired. Complaining to myself isn't going to change anything. I can't just keep standing here talking to myself like an idiot. I'd better hurry up and change, then go have breakfast. My school uniform has been neatly folded, and my shirt has even been ironed. Passing my wrists through the sleeves just feels good. It's that fresh, brand new feeling. No, there's nothing wrong with being naked, is there? Yep. There was nothing wrong with it, but I couldn't help being embarrassed at the fact that I was being changed by the warmly smiling Kohaku-san. To top things off, the face in the mirror keeps smiling from time to time despite being bright red. Are you really okay, Tonoshiki? I thought you were supposed to be uneasy about staying here, you amateur. Akiha and Kohaku-san are relaxing in the sitting room. Akiha is wearing the uniform that the Asagami Ladies Academy, a famous school for young girls. Akiha is wearing the uniform of the Asagami Ladies Academy, a famous school for young girls. They're drinking tea together gracefully, as if breakfast ended a long time ago. I greet Akiha, greet Kohaku-san, greet both of them. Well, we might want to save here, guys, because, I don't know where this choice is going to lead me. This choice seems inconsequential, but it might actually have some sort of meaning. I think we might want to just greet both of them. I think that would be the best option here. So let's do that. Good morning, you two. Good morning, Shiki-san. Wearing a white apron that suits her, Kohaku-san replies with a smile that could not possibly be any larger. On the other hand, Akiha just casts a glance at me. Good morning. You certainly took your time this morning, Nii-san. She certainly knows how to put a damper on things. Took my time. It's barely just past 7. It only takes 30 minutes to get to school from here, so I'm actually up early. So you're saying you're going to finish breakfast in just 10 minutes? You're not some starving dog, so if you're going to eat breakfast, I'd like you to take your time. Akiha's words really do have thorns. I'm not a dog, Akiha. Then I remember. Speaking of dogs, there is what happened last night. Hey, about what happened last night, does that happen every night? What? Akiha tilts her head slightly in response to my question. It seems the point of my question has completely failed to reach her. I'm talking about what happened last night. That noisy woof, woof, woof racket. Even you wouldn't have been able to sleep with that going on, right? Nii-san, what are you talking about? What? I'm talking about last night, of course. Around 11 at night. Some stray dogs were barking their heads off. Akiha and Kohaku exchange looks, and then together they both look back at me. It's like they think I'm some kind of nutcase. I can't just let this slip by. Fine, I'm not asking you anymore, Akiha. Kohaku-san, it was really noisy last night, wasn't it? Eh? Was it really? I did think the wind was quite strong, but the only unusual thing I found while looking around late at night was you sleeping in your uniform on top of your bed. Yes. I'll be more careful from now on. What? What happened, Kohaku? Oh, nothing in particular. Shiki-san just has bad sleeping posture, that's all. Kohaku-san dodges Akiha's question with a smile. Come to think of it, Kohaku-san is calling me Shiki-san now. It seems like Hisue had passed on my message from last night. Are you sure neither of you noticed? Those dogs were barking about 30 minutes straight last night. Woof, 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 woof. It isn't that... that isn't noisy, I don't know what is.
Haha, it really was a woof-woof panic, wasn't it?
Somehow, I get the feeling Kohaku-san has missed the point. Well, that's basically how it was.
I don't remember anything like that. You don't either, do you, Kohaku? No, I don't. Sorry, Shiki-san. There wasn't anything particularly like that last night that I can remember. Then it's decided. The only possibility left I can think of is that Nissan had a dream about it.
Well, now that she mentions it, maybe it was a dream, but...
You must have had a nightmare because you aren't used to the mansion yet, Nissan. Oh, I know what. If the stray dog barks again tonight, perhaps we shall start keeping an extra vicious guard dog here.
A malicious giggle comes out of Akiha.
I am now out of time, so please excuse me, Nissan. Please do take care not to get attacked by any dogs on your way to school.
Akiha leaves the sitting room. Kohaku-san leaves to escort her to the doorway. Ellipsis. Now it seems like a good time to come to a conclusion. Given what's happened from last night up until now, it's a no-brainer to work out that for some reason Akiha really, really hates me. Yeah, that seems to be pretty accurate. I leave for the lobby after I eat breakfast. I leave for the lobby after I eat the breakfast Kohaku-san made me. Hisue is in the lobby, waiting with my bag.
Will there be enough time, Shiki-sama?
Yeah, it's not even 20 minutes to school from here if I run. It's 7:30 now, so I can make it even if I take the long way. Satisfied with my explanation, Hisue nods.
Very well, I will escort you out.
Yeah, thanks. It's a terribly embarrassing thing to have a personal servant.
Ah, Shiki-san, please wait.
With pattering footsteps, Kohaku-san runs down from the second floor. Hisue steps back and falls silent as Kohaku-san appears. Huh? Weren't you with Akiha?
Lady Akiha goes to school by car. Since I had something to give you this morning, I stayed behind.
Something to give me?
Yes. This came from the Arima family yesterday.
Kohaku-san smiles. Huh? But I have all my luggage already. The things I used while I was at the Arima's house all belong to them, so all I've got are my own clothes.
Really? But this was sent here, nonetheless.
Kohaku-san hands me a thin wood box, perhaps 20 centimeters long. It's not heavy at all. Kohaku-san, I've never seen this before.
Well, apparently it was left to you by your departed father. It was to be given to you in the will.
By my old man? I can't feel anything about that. What's the old man who expelled me from this mansion 8 years ago doing leaving me things? Oh well. Kohaku-san, please take it to my room for me. Kohaku-san is staring intently at the wooden box. She seems almost like a child who wants a toy. Stare. No, she is a child. I get it. You want to know what's inside, right?
Oh, not at all. I merely wondered for a moment.
Like I said, you do wonder what's inside. Alright, let's open it. 1, 2, 3! With a dry sound, the wooden box opens. Inside, there is a 10-centimeter bar of thin iron. It's an iron bar. Undecorated and worn, it has finger marks all over it. The old man must have really hated me to leave me a piece of junk like this.
No, Shiki-san. It's a fruit knife.
Kohaku-san takes the iron bar out of the box.
See? Isn't it one of those folding knives? 1, 2, 3.
With a pachink, a 10-centimeter blade pops out from the bar. I see. It certainly is a knife. It's old, but it seems pretty solid. The year and era it was made in is written on the back. Kohaku-san replaces the blade and hands over the knife. Certainly, there's a number written on the grip. The character 7, and under it the character Knight. Nei-san, there is no era by that name. It just says Nanatsuro Yoru. What? Surprised, I turn around. Hisui, who had been silent until now, was looking at the knife over my shoulder. You surprised me, Hisui. You should say something. You don't have to look over my shoulder like that, you know. If you want to see it, I'll just show it to you. Hisui's cheeks become suddenly a little redder. Please excuse me. That knife is so beautiful that I cannot help myself. Beautiful? You really think it's beautiful? It looks kind of beat up to me. Not at all. The tempering of the blade is masterful. I think it is a knife with its own proper history. Really? It looks just like a piece of junk. But since Hisui seems so convinced, I begin to feel the same thing. In its own way, I guess it's not such a bad inheritance. 7 Knights? Maybe that's the name of the fruit knife. Maybe, though I can't imagine him naming a knife like that. Whatever the case may be, it's obvious that it's an antique. Well, in any case, I believe in taking what's given to me. I replaced the blade and put the knife in my trouser pocket. Shiki-sama, have you enough time? I have to get going. Well, Kohaku-san, thanks for the delivery. You're welcome. Kohaku-san smiles and waves. Leaving the doorway, I pass through the garden. As I pass out the mansion gates, I sense a commotion. What's going on? Sounds like something's happening on the right side of the mansion. I heard that someone found bloodstains on the road east of the mansion. Bloodstains? You mean leftover blood? Yes. There was blood on the mansion fence, too. The police came to inquire about what happened last night while you were sleeping, Shiki-sama. Does that mean someone died? No. All that has been found are the bloodstains. The east side of the mansion, that's around where the man in the black coat was last night. Bloodstains, traces of blood. Bloodstains, traces of red. Come to think of it, I get the feeling I saw something red. Shiki-sama? No, it's nothing. Shaking my head, I shake off the bad images. Well, I'll be going now. Thanks for seeing me off, Hisui. Goodbye. Please take care on the way. Hisui bows deeply. I'm not sure what to take care about, but she's probably just worrying about my health. Yeah, thanks. You take care too, Hisui. It's only right to reply good intentions with good intentions. To repay. With an energetic wave of the hand at Hisui, I leave the gates of the mansion behind. I walk along the unfamiliar streets. Up until now, I've been going to school from the Arima house, so it's the first time I've taken this route to school. It's only the path I'm taking that's different, but I feel like I'm going to a new school. There doesn't seem to be any of the students from my school around. Apparently, there are not many who live around here. 7:30 in the morning. I can't see anyone running along the streets in a school uniform except me. The business district is in the rush of activity. As usual, the scene is one suited for firm employees gearing themselves for today's battle. No, it isn't quite the same as usual. For the last few days, the atmosphere has been a little heavier in this town. It's probably due to the serial killings. There are less people in the streets in the evenings now, too. You'd better cut down on hanging out at night, Arihiko. The face of my bad friend drifts into my mind. He'd be the sort to carry on hanging out at night regardless of the atmosphere in town. Well, it's not like he's going to listen to a word I say anyway. I start to see some people in school uniforms intermingled with the crowd. There are only about 10 minutes until the school gates close. I dash along the asphalt street so I won't be late. I arrive. It seems like it took 20 minutes rather than 30 from the mansion. I'll need to leave around 7 if I want to go slowly, since I ran several times on the way. The classroom, just minutes before homeroom, is full of commotion. Scattered all over the classroom are my classmates, intent on talking until the teacher arrives. It's like a festival in here, even though there are only a few minutes left. I ease my way through my seat to the next to the window. God damn it. Then,
Yo! You were late, Tono!
in stark contrast to the otherwise pleasant classroom, there is someone waiting for me with a big grin on his face. And in addition, good morning, Tono-kun. He is accompanied by someone very unexpected. Senpai, why are you in our classroom? Dumbfounded, I point to CL Senpai like I'm looking at a ghost. Huh? Is it so unusual? I was just wondering if you were in class, so I decided to come see you, Tono-kun. Unusual? The seniors never come to the junior classrooms. There's all sorts of reasons, but the biggest one is that they're just too far apart. Oh, I see. Senpai nods with a serious face. You don't have to worry about that. Despite my appearance, I'm a fast runner. It takes me less than a minute to get to my class downstairs from here. Senpai emphasizes her point. I guess she's just not the kind of person who cares about about what other people think.
Quit whining, Tono! What's wrong with it anyway? Senpai's here because she wants to be.
Arihiko, being Arihiko, plonks himself down on my desk and starts up a merry conversation with Senpai. I don't mind, but you ought to get back to your classroom 2 minutes before homeroom starts, Senpai. Oh, I don't mind, but you ought to get back to your class 2 minutes before our homeroom starts, Senpai. I feel tired for some reason. Sighing, I sit down. Inoue-kun, it seems Tono-kun is feeling down.
Yeah, he's probably feeling irritable because he's not used to his life after moving. Tono doesn't mind most things, but he has a bad habit of throwing a fit when faced with things he doesn't understand.
Really? Tono-kun doesn't look like the type to get angry.
Nope, that's not true. Tono, you see, is usually pretty mature, but when he encounters something he doesn't understand, kaboom!
Ha, kaboom, is it?
Yep. You'll change your opinion once you see him lose it, so you can't trust him like that, Senpai.
The two of them whisper to each other. Hey, listen, if you're going to talk privately, do you mind doing it in the hallway? I can hear every word you say when you do it on my desk, so there's no real point to it.
What? You can hear us?
Arihiko gives an exaggerated reaction of surprise. No one could stay angry after being hit with an act like that. Senpai puts her hands to her mouth, and I can't tell how serious she is. If it's Senpai, she may have actually intended to talk privately. That's terrible, Tono. Listening in on the lovey-dovey private conversation between Senpai and me.
Oh, that was Arihiko. That's terrible, Tono. Listening in on the lovey-dovey private conversation between Senpai and me? You've sure got some nasty hobbies. Arihiko points at me. Are you trying to pick a fight with me, Arihiko?
Actually, please do. Right now, I'm more than willing. Arihiko shakes his head.
Of course not. You're my dear friend, right? I'd exchange fists with even my parents, but I have a policy of not fighting with my friends. I'm the very model of chivalry.
That's amazing. I guess chivalrous people could punch their parents in the world that's inside his head. I see, that's a pretty rotten policy.
You pretended to be depressed, but deep down, you're the same Tono as always. Damn, I had nothing to worry about after all.
Arhiko hits me with a couple of times on the back. Arhiko, were you worried about me just then?
Don't ask me trivial stuff like that, you dumbass. It's only good if I do it without you noticing.
Arhiko hits my back some more. We've been friends for a long time, but I still can't get a hold of this guy's personality.
So, how's your new house? Pretty heavy and stressful by the looks of it.
Can't really say. I had a bad dream last night and the people at my house gave me the cold shoulder.
I see. Sounds rough.
Arhiko nods with a difficult expression.
And Senpai is silent, staring at us while we have our trivial conversation.
Senpai? Tono-kun, you really do get on well with the Noi-kun. Are you serious, Senpai? You must need thicker glasses if that's what you think after seeing what just happened. Not at all, Tono-kun. You look really relaxed when you're with Inoue-kun. You're really open and trust him a lot. Senpai smiles happily for some reason.
What?
Arihiko and I exchange looks and tilt our heads. Oh, I'm so envious. I really admire how your friendship allows such understanding without you getting worried over each other. Senpai is impressed.
Really?
Arihiko and I exchange looks and raise our eyebrows. That's right. It's just that you two don't realize it. But maybe it'll end up doing you some... But maybe it'll end up, if you do, in that case, it'd be best if you two just remained as you are. Yes, truly a miraculous balance. Well, I guess you could say our relationship is a miraculous tightrope. Arihiko nods in agreement. I guess that's one point we perfectly agree on. It's almost time. It's almost time. I'll be going now. Did you watch the news this morning, Tono-kun? No, the house I moved to doesn't have a television, so I can't watch the morning news. Is that so? Well, I'll just ask you straight out then. There was a big mansion on today's morning news. Is that where you live? Huh? This morning's news. Now that she mentions it, Hisue said the police had come to talk. Yeah, that must be my house. I heard the police came this morning to ask us questions. Is that so? You mustn't be out playing late at night, Tono-kun. Senpai leaves quickly. I watch her silently. And...
Tono!
What? I'm not listening to any more of your trivial garbage.
It's not trivial. It's becoming a big problem. You've become so familiar with Senpai that she even comes here to see you.
Arihiko stares at me gravely. Well, I don't know anything about it. I've only started talking to her recently. Maybe she just came here on a whim today. And come to think of it, aren't you pretty familiar with her too?
No way, man! It's taken me 7 days to get her to remember my name.
Oh? That's unusual. Wasn't it your policy not to deal with girls you can't pick up on a day because they're too much trouble?
That's for normal girls, but Senpai is different. I've kept it a secret all this time, but actually,
You like senior girls who look good with glasses on, don't you? Arihiko's face turns red.
You knew all along,
Oh, wait. You knew all along, my dear... Oh, wait. God damn it!
You knew all along, my dear friend.
Yeah, I knew. We're friends, after all. We get along and we've got the same interests.
I see. You can understand how good Senpai is too, can't you? Hey, wait!
Yeah, like I said, we've got similar interests, right? That's why we're into the same type of woman. Arihiko nods in agreement and heads back towards his own seat.
I guess it was a short friendship, Tono.
Yeah, exactly right. I wave Arhiko off. The teacher comes in at about the same time. The morning lessons are over. It's lunch break, and Arhiko has gone ahead to the cafeteria. Now, where should I have my lunch? In the classroom or in the cafeteria? Let's try the cafeteria this time. First, we should probably create a save game. Just to be safe. I decide to eat in the chaotic student-filled cafeteria as usual. For some reason, the udon and the soba are better than the meal sets at our school, so naturally, I decide to have some udon. Sitting down at the table, I eat my tanuki udon. The cafeteria's TV is showing the news. The TV was set up so students can watch the recorded morning news during lunchtime. The news is having a special feature on the serial killings. It's been a whole month since the killing started, but no one yet has any idea who the killer is. He is an unidentified killer, leaving no trace and acting with no motive. His identity still remains a mystery, even though there has already been 8 killings in our little town alone. It's certainly very frightening, says the newscaster. Fifth period. Feeling sleepy at the classics lecture, my gaze drifts outside the window, and a crow is perched on the classroom veranda. Not the blue crow from last night, but just an ordinary black one. With its black eyes, the crow stares inside the classroom through the glass window. It's true that it's unusual for a bird to perch there, but it's not like it's some major event. Suddenly it comes to me. My vision gradually goes white as my sense of balance goes crazy. My field of vision sways. It feels like something is building up in the back of my head, and my brain feels heavy. Crap. I know this feeling. It's the precursor to an anemia attack. The blood that has been building up inside my blood vessels and my brain forms black clots and slushes around inside my head, causing my vision to go black. If I had to describe it, I would say it feels like darkness is pushing from my brain onwards towards my eyes. This is bad. I don't usually collapse in the middle of class, but fumbling in a world of darkness, I blindly use my desk for support. Even that becomes useless. I can't put any strength into my fingers. All I can do now is fall towards the floor.
Excuse me, sensei!
And something hits me roughly on the back.
Tono's looking pretty bad, so I'd like to take him to the infirmary.
Arhiko. At some point, Arhiko had come up to me. Are you really feeling bad, Tono? I can hear the teacher's voice from his lectern.
No, I think I'll be fine. Man, he's totally out of it. Wouldn't it be better for him to leave early?
Arhiko makes this outrageous proclamation loudly. I see. If you say so, Inoue, then there's no mistaking about it. I've already heard about Tono's health from Kunifuji-sensei. Tono, if you're not well, you may go rest in the infirmary or leave early. Sheesh. I don't know what's with him. It seems the classics teacher has complete trust in what Arhiko says.
Come on, you can go now. Your face is pale and all, but no one's going to know if you're feeling bad until you tell them, you know.
Arhiko hits me in the back grumpily. I'll be leaving early then, Sensei. The classics teacher nods solemnly. Sorry about making you worry needlessly, Arhiko.
Don't worry about it. We've been inseparable since middle school. I can tell when you're about to collapse from anemia.
Arhiko heads back towards his own seat. Expressing my thanks with a look, I drag my leaden body out of the class. I leave school. It would have been better to go lie down in the infirmary, but at this hour, it'd be after school by the time I wake up. That being the case, I decide that I'd better go lie back down at the mansion, even if it means pushing myself. Phew! I think I'm feeling a little better. I breathe in the outside air and feel a little rejuvenated. Sheesh. I'm surprised at my own body. 8 years ago, the price of recovering from that near-fatal injury was becoming prone to sudden anemia. When I first left the hospital, it would happen at least once a day. Collapsing from dizziness became a daily routine for me. After some time, probably because my body had grown, the spontaneous dizziness and anemia became rarer. But from time to time, things would still trigger dizzying fits, and I would still lose consciousness. Today, I was lucky that Arihiko caught me. Usually, I would wind up passed out on the floor. Taking a slow and deep breath, I draw fresh air into my lungs. I can feel the blood pooled around the center of my head begin to swirl around again, so I head away from the school. I veer onto the main street. Once I get through here and leave the residential district, it's a direct path to the Sono Mansion. Ugh, crap. It looks like I haven't fully recovered yet. Putting my hand to my forehead, I realize it's hotter than usual. Ellipsis. I'm not going to do myself any good by pushing myself here until I collapse along the side of the road. I guess there's no helping it. Disgusted with myself, I lean on the guardrail. I'll rest for a bit until I manage to calm down. I don't have much to do, so I just stare idly around the street. It's just past noon on a weekday, but the street is filled with passers-by. Crowds of walking people. Nameless people without personalities walk straight ahead, without even casting a glance at the people walking beside them. Even though there are so many people here together in this crowd, in the same space, they only see one thing. Everyone is their own main character, so they only live the day from that perspective. And so, without really interacting with anyone else, they each end the day by themselves. In a way, you could say it's a very lonely thing. Ellipsis. I begin to think melancholy thoughts, perhaps a result of my fever. Guess I'll go home now. I feel calmer, and all I'm doing here is wasting my time with pointless thoughts. Getting up from the guardrail, I resume heading home to the mansion so I can rest. That is, until I see her. Casually. All I did was casually cast my gaze into the crowd, but my vision freezes. Thump. Golden hair and red eyes. Her clothes are white as if they're a symbol of herself. Thump. My pulse races. My veins and arteries are spring into action. My nerves split, one after the other. My spinal cord goes berserk, as if it's about to leap out of my back. Thump. The girl walking in the crowd is just beautiful. The distant dizziness comes back to me. My consciousness swims, falling. Thump. I can't breathe. My fingertips tremble. The blood isn't reaching them. My whole body feels cold, like I'm freezing to death. Thump. My heart beats in a rush, urging me to hurry up. I can stand it no longer, and unintelligible words escape my mouth. I can't think. My brain tells me only one word. Thump. Just one word restarting in my brain. Just one word repeating in my brain. Her. That girl. I'm going to... I feel sick. I can't breathe. It hurts to breathe. For some reason, I can't remember how to breathe properly. My throat is burning. My eyes are about to burst. My palms are soaked. I feel so cold, but I'm drenched in sweat. I have to follow her. I have to follow that girl. Chase her, chase after her, and talk to her. My frozen feet begin to move. My breathing is ragged, like that of a beast. I chase after the girl in white. The girl walks slowly. She doesn't realize I'm following her. If I run after her now, I can talk to her. Talk to her and ask her name. Ask her name? Who am I kidding? I know very well that that's not what I want to do. I know, but I don't know. It looks like I want to do something else. But I can't precisely put what I want to do in words. That inside my head, the inside my head is misted over like a rain cloud. Inside of my head. My throat is hot. I can't breathe. But so what? It's only natural, right? I've just seen that great woman. It would be impolite not to get excited, wouldn't it? Stop her and ask her name. Give me a break. I'm not a kid after all. I don't fully understand it, but there is only one thing I must do. I walk with my hands in my pocket. My fingers feel steel. How fortunate. The tools are all here.